On September 1st, 1939, World War II began with the German invasion of Poland. This forced a response by Great Britain and the French forces by declaring war on Germany on September 3rd, 1939.
On June 11th, 1940, Italy's fascist dictator Benito Mussolini declared war on Britain and France, believing Germany would win the war and was an opportune time for Italy to gain power in Europe and dominate the Mediterranean. Seeking to expand their empire in Africa, the Italians invaded Egypt on the 13th of September from their colony of Liberia. Tobruk, a vital strategic point in the Mediterranean Sea, was crucial for controlling supply routes, especially for fuel and military supplies. Axis forces aimed to capture it to strengthen their campaign in North Africa and threaten the Allied-controlled Suez Canal.
Prime Minister Robert Gordon-Mason once said that Britain declared war against Germany over Poland. France also acts. Australia is with Britain. Field Marshal Sir Archibald Walvold led a creative and flexible campaign against the Italian forces in North Africa. He struck many of Britain's first victories of the war and paved the way for many later victories over the Nazis.
In early 1941, German forces under General Erwin Rommel were sent to reinforce the Italian front in North Africa. Rommel quickly launched an offensive that recaptured much of the territory lost by Italy and pushed the Allies into a defensive position. By March 1941, the strategic Liberian port of Tobruk became a focal point of the campaign.
Mid-1941, Rommel had made a plan for a serious attempt of taking Tobruk from the Allies using the German tactic of blitzkrieg, which was a tactic with a deep armored thrust of armored vehicles through the defenses followed up by infantry. Up until this point of the war, the blitzkrieg tactic had never failed. Twice they tried and twice they failed. The successful defense of Tobruk ultimately became a significant moral boost for the Allied forces, proving that the Axis forces could be defeated.
The name, the Rats of Tobruk, was originally an insult given to the Australian troops from German radio propagandist Lord Howe Howe, who referred to the troops as rats because of their tactics of digging trenches and using the underground tunnel system to defend against the Axis forces. The soldiers eventually adopted the term for themselves. On the 22nd of June, 1941, Adolf Hitler launched the largest land invasion in history when he launched Operation Barbarossa, Germany's invasion of the Soviet Union. It was the beginning of a campaign that would ultimately drain most of the supplies of the German army, cutting the supplies being sent to the Afrika Korps in the North African campaign.
Operation Crusader was a major offensive by the Allies launched in mid-November 1941, aimed to relieve the besieged garrison at Tobruk. The operation involved British Commonwealth forces commanded by Lieutenant General Alan Frankendrick Congenhelm. Intently, the Allies achieved success by capturing key locations and disturbing Axis supply lines. However, they faced significant setbacks as Rommel regrouped and counterattacked, employing his tactical expertise. While Operation Crusader ultimately relieved the siege on Tobruk, it did not decisively defeat Rommel's forces in North Africa, leading to heavy casualties for the Allies and demonstrating the challenges of desert warfare and the importance of logistics in the campaign.
The legend of the Rats of Tobruk significantly boosted the Allies' morale during World War II by being a symbol of perseverance and resilience for the Allied forces. The successful defense of Tobruk showcased the bravery and resourcefulness of the Australian Army, fostering national pride as extensive media coverage of their effectiveness portrayed their soldiers as heroes.